This is Father Andrew Ritchie, and you're listening to Catholic Inspiration, a podcast from my website at studyprayserve.com. These homilies, presentations, and retreats form part of my ministry as a Catholic priest for the Diocese of Superior. And now I invite you to open your hearts to some Catholic inspiration. Today is Thursday of the 8th week of the year. Now our gospel reading is taken from Mark chapter 10, verses 46 to 52. As Jesus was leaving Jericho with his disciples and a sizable crowd, Bartimaeus, a blind man, the son of Timaeus, sat by the roadside begging. On hearing that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to cry out and say, "Jesus, Son of David, have pity on me." Many rebuked him, telling him to be silent. But he kept calling out all the more, "Son of David, have pity on me." Jesus stopped and said to him, "Call him." So they called the blind man, saying to him, "Take courage, get up, Jesus is calling you." He threw aside his cloak, sprang up, and came to Jesus. Jesus said to him in reply, "What do you want me to do for you?" The blind man replied to him, "Master, I want to see." Jesus told him, "Go your way. Your faith has saved you." Immediately he received his sight and followed him on the way. What do you want me to do for you? I want to see. Now that's a beautiful prayer. It's an honest prayer. He's a blind man. He's subjected to begging for his existence. To see. To see opens up all sorts of doors, all sorts of possibilities. To see so he can work, recognize his own family and friends visually. To see, to be able to journey and travel without having to be led by the way or being subjected to theft, persecution, injustice. I want to see. Now, the prayer is honest and true, but there's something here that's beautiful. Jesus restores his sight. The man sees Jesus, and he follows Jesus. What do you want me to do for you? I want to see. Think about all the things that Bartimaeus could have done with his sight. All the things. He could have ran home to his family. Could have reacquainted himself with his friends. Could have asked for a job. Could have somehow sought to improve his life. But instead, he saw Jesus. And then he followed Jesus. Friends, in this world of ours, navigating the intricacies of life, dealing with the curves in the road, we need every scrap of common sense, ingenuity, and insight we can possibly get. We want to see so we can make our way through this life. But what happens when we see the Lord? How will we respond? Bartimaeus saw Jesus and then followed Jesus. You have this immediate connection. Upon seeing the Lord, his response is decisive and it's swift. Now I want to be with you, Lord. I prayed for sight, but my sight granted me a vision of you, and now I don't want to be away from your side. When we ask the Lord that we can see, when the Lord approaches us in our prayer and asks, "What do you want?" First, friends, may we make a good and honest prayer from the heart, the kind of prayer that leads us closer to God and one another. May it be a good prayer. But then, friends, if it is a good prayer, it's going to bring us to the Lord so that we can run to the Lord. It's going to open our eyes. And once we see the face of Christ, friends, everything changes. Once we get to look into the eyes of the Savior, we don't want to be parted from him again. I want to see, but I want to see you, Lord. And I want to see you so I can follow you. Friends, in our world today, there's a lot of times when our eyes are closed or we're looking at the ground and we're not aware of how God is at work in and around us. We can run on autopilot for a long time. We can kind of ignore all the ways in which God lavishes attention and time upon us. So if we're going to be like Bartimaeus, if we're going to say, Lord, I want to see, we need to kind of finish the prayer out. Lord, I want to see you so I can follow you, respond to you, live for you. Lord, I want to see you in my life so I can live my life for you. God bless you all. This is Father Andrew, and I hope this podcast inspires your faith. Now, if you found it helpful, please share it with a friend. And you can help me by leaving a rating and a review. I keep all my listeners in my daily prayers, and I ask for your prayers in return. God bless you, my friends.